Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 Paws and Claws run. Hope you're all doing well. Today, we're playing another character that benefits a lot from the addition of the pets, and one of my very favorite characters, the Curious. This character, a lot of the ones that we've played have had special synergy with the pets, but the Curious actually benefits from them for a completely different reason. This character wants lots of different items. You can't buy duplicate items without losing damage, so the more different items exist in the game, the better this character is. The pets are very powerful, and they just add yet another item that we can get, so the Curious benefits a lot from them existing, giving us a better weapon set, more damage, and so on. I don't think I've done a precise weapon build with Curious recently, so I'm going to do that, because that's always fun. The critical hit bonuses and the extra damage that we get from Knife will let us kill the loot aliens really fast, and it's a very powerful setup. And we do need 2 attacks to kill the loot alien, so I'm going to manually target this loot alien here to make sure that even if we don't get a lucky crit, we still kill it. I was hoping to get the tree as well, but I was just short of being able to do that. We'll take the beanie here. The extra movement speed is great, and this, of course, is an item we don't have as the Curious. Lost Duck is awesome. Having high luck on this character is amazing because the more luck you have, the better the items you find from crates are going to be. Let's roll here. I am rolling for... I wouldn't mind harvesting, but I'm just going to take 2 melee damage. When you're using precise weapons, you want to get some extra damage early so that the bonus critical chance is multiplying a higher number. And then also, with the Curious, you really just need to stay ahead of the wave. Your economy will take care of itself, because you're just getting free items by killing enemies, but you want to make sure you have the damage to do that. We'll lock these 2 items, they're both very strong. We'll roll here. I'm not that interested in these weapons, so let's roll again. Roll again. I'm really looking for more precise weapons. Sure, I'll take a claw, and I'll roll one more time, and then another time. Pretty unlucky with the weapons that we rolled here, honestly, but a claw will be fine. I'm also not combining the knives. It's more damage to have 3 weapons, even with the damage penalty that this character gets. So we want to make sure that we have high crit chance and as much damage as possible so that we can kill these loot aliens, even though they're getting additional strength from the Curious's passive, where every time we kill one, future ones get stronger. So we managed to get both of them. And this is why buying melee damage was really important. It meant that we were able to kill it much more easily and faster. We'll take the cute monkey here for sure. Yes, we'll take a baby elephant. Just, again, unique items on this character give us extra XP gain, which matters a lot. The pencil, losing crit chance is pretty bad. The engineering is not that good either. So I could just ban the pencil. I think I'm going to do that. It's just not that exciting for this character, and the penalties are actually real, even though they're small. Let's reroll this. I'll take 3 more crit chance, and then we'll take 2 more melee damage, just boosting our damage output in the early game. Again, like we talked about, super important. I could take the icicle here. It is a precise weapon, but it doesn't scale with the damage type that we want to buy, so I'm going to roll past that. Thief Dagger is exactly what we're looking for, and we'll take a claw as well. I'll do some combining stuff to make our penalty lower. So currently we're taking a 30% damage penalty. I'm always happy to be taking 10%, so I'm going to go ahead and combine these claws here, and hopefully we roll into some other weapons. So currently we're taking a 20% penalty with the claws and the knives. That's okay, because that will just give us 5 weapons, reasonably strong ones, and should allow us to kill the loot aliens pretty easily. As soon as they spawn, our goal is to run at them, of course, because the free items from boxes are how this character gets powerful. I would love to find a bag. Bag is on a character that's almost guaranteed to get 2 boxes every wave if you're staying ahead enough of the waves. Bag is incredible. Well, all right. I'd also like, let's say, I'm not going to be greedy. Let's say $500,000. Let's see if that shows up in the next box. Ah, dang. All right, I'm going to ban the baby elephant. We already have one of these, and we don't want duplicate items to show up. And then I'm going to roll, and we'll take 4 melee damage. And Here, I'm going to pick up some armor. It's really important that we have defensive stats on this character as well, because that will keep us able to chase the loot aliens, even if they run into big groups of enemies and stuff like that. We'll take the knife and combine here, get the lightning shiv. We'll buy these 2 weapons as well. Another knife will allow me to combine up to a tier 3 knife, so that's pretty nice. But we're actually going to do something a little different here. So I'm currently taking a 17%, or I have minus 17% damage. I'm going to go down to minus 27% damage by buying this duplicate bag. This item is so strong, it's worth it even if it costs you 10% damage on this character. We'll lock Scared Sausage as well, and I'll do a reroll, and I'll definitely lock a helmet. I'll take the Toxic Sludge also. Since we have the Scared Sausage, the elemental damage, and we have Lightning Shiv as one of our weapons, the elemental damage can be okay. It's not like a high priority pickup, but yet another unique item. And on the Curious, you really want to buy any item that gives you some value, because it's so easy for this character to just not be able to buy items in later shops. If you just find a bunch of duplicates in a row, your shops will typically become pretty bad. Okay, I'm gonna try to kill this. It ran in an awkward direction, so that cost me the Curse Alien kill, but we got both loot aliens, and that's what matters. We'll take the Blindfold for sure, and then Boxing Glove, yet another source of melee damage, which is great. 3 more armor is perfect. And then here we can buy the knife, Scared Sausage, helmet, and Toxic Sludge. Get our free reroll. Helmet, we're going to ban. Again, we want to get duplicate items out of here. Boiling Water, I'm going to pass on this. While the Toxic Sludge was fine, it was a little cheaper, and we got a free reroll out of it and stuff like that. I'm not heavily invested in buying elemental damage, so I'm not going to spend a bunch of money on it. I will take the Hedgehog, even though we'll need some regen. More melee damage is super important, and Lemonade is going to be great. We'll upgrade our Thief Dagger, buy a Weird Food, and Campfire, we, again, do have some elemental damage, so we're going to pick this up. It'll give us some regen as well. So here I could combine my weapons if I want to have a lower damage penalty, but I think I would rather have 6 weapons. We've managed to buy a lot of melee damage, so I'm not that worried about the damage penalty. I do need some attack speed to scale the damage on these claws as well. They only scale with 50% of our melee damage. Kill this Curse Alien while we're waiting for the loot aliens to spawn. Okay, there's one in the bottom left. And then we drop everything and go try to kill these. And you can see that because... Oh, no, it ate a buff. Alright, well, this one we're not going to be able to get because the buffing aliens protected it. So, have to give up our first loot alien of the run, unfortunately. We'll take the baby gecko here. The lifesteal is okay, but I think we can do better. I'll take 10% attack speed. That's perfect. We'll upgrade here and buy some more items. An upgrade on our lightning shiv is also really nice. And then these are also really strong items for us. The elemental damage does help our character, so we're pretty happy with the charcoal here. And we'll just go straight to the next wave. We're locking most items that we can buy profitably, because later on, again, it's going to be hard to get shops where we can buy useful items. So we're going to be a little less picky with our items than most characters, because you just want to get raw stats when you're playing the Curious in order to stay ahead of the loot aliens. We'll get that tree kill. See if there's another loot alien. There it is. Oh, okay, we got 2 spawning this wave, and I kind of messed up and split the damage between them, so I might actually give up on both of those kills, because I missed which one I had started killing. They crossed over each other, and I got mixed up there. Here, I'm going to ban the baby gecko, because we don't want a duplicate item to show up, and then we'll take 15% more attack speed, and a reroll, and take 3 regeneration, because I do need to start building regeneration. Let's take all of these. I'm just going to ban the candle. This is such a bad item that we can just get rid of it and get our free reroll here. We'll ban Boxing Glove, because this is a duplicate, and then we can go ahead and combine and buy Scissors. This is another precise weapon, so we can get rid of 10% damage penalty. Dynamite, I'm not that interested in, so let's reroll, but I will take a leveled up claw, we'll take a bag, and I think I will start building some lifesteal as well, so I'm gonna buy the butterfly. We'll take book also, just to get the free reroll there, and because the engineering, while it's not useful right now, it might come up later. It's also another unique item if we find a fairy and stuff like that. And 2% XP gain, which isn't nothing. Alright, so let's try not to give up a loot alien kill this wave. There we go. So we got both of them. There might actually be a third one spawning. Those two spawned really early in the wave, so it wouldn't shock me if another one showed up. So I'm keeping an eye out for that. Got rid of the walrus, which will put less pressure on my movement if we do end up going after another loot alien. Though it looks like we didn't get a third one. I'll take the plant here, even though I do want to build some lifesteal. Regeneration is also very powerful. The honey doesn't really do anything for us, right? It's 3 range damage. We don't really have any explosions. Losing more move speed I really don't want to do, so I'm just going to recycle that. And then I'll take 6 more melee damage. Just more base damage on our weapons is super helpful. We'll take some armor here. We'll buy this entire shop again. And once again, we're taking the penalty from the bag on purpose. I think I'll just buy the sharp tooth. I'll recycle the claw here. That just gives us our full precise weapon set. It's all melee, and it gets rid of the damage penalty. Unfortunately, we can't easily upgrade this lightning shiv, because when you have 6 different weapons, it's often harder to upgrade them. Goat Skull, I will take, even though it costs me some crit chance, because melee damage is super important. We'll take a treasure map for sure, and cake, very nice here as well. Max HP was something we were kind of struggling with. We'll definitely pick up the Thief Dagger. We'll buy the Lightning Shiv as well, and I'm going to just ban the Lost Duck. We'll do a reroll. Okay, nice. We got a pet, and... oh, this is perfect. So we can actually go straight to a level 4 Thief Dagger, because we have a 2 and a 3, and then the 2 in our inventory. And then the Ratzilla will help us clear the wave as well, even though our weapon set is somewhat eclectic. Having the pets exist, I think, gives us a nice buff at just dealing damage relatively safely. And it'll help kill the rest of the wave while we're chasing off after these loot aliens as they kind of run away from us. So we got that one, we got the tree, go kill this tree. So we've gotten both loot aliens this wave that are guaranteed to spawn, but it's still possible another one shows up. I definitely need some movement speed. Move speed and regeneration are the stats that we're looking for the most at this point. Our defensive stats are definitely holding us back a little bit because we can't play as aggressively into the loot aliens as we would like. We'll take Fruit Basket. Treasure Map is another item that is, I think, just worth giving up 10% damage for. You open so many boxes that the Treasure Map is going to be amazing. This jelly is incredible, actually. 6 HP for that cheap is perfect. Here, I'm going to take 3 regen over the 9 dodge. I don't really want to build dodge at this point. And regeneration is so important for us. We're going to go ahead and get our weapon to level 4, another one to level 3. We'll take the Ratzilla, and we'll reroll here. I'll definitely take the Shady Potion, and we'll lock the Lucky Charm. Feather, I could build if I want to start building dodge. Snowball, I could pick up as well, but I don't think I want to spend a bunch of money on things that are very speculative. So we'll pass on those. We'll upgrade our scissors for sure, and we'll buy a propeller hat. Although I do have 1 scared sausage, snake I just don't think is going to be super interesting right now. But I'll leave it in the pool at least. Maybe later on, if we get more scared sausages, we end up wanting it. Loot Worm is an item I would really like because it goes and kills trees for you, and this character can sometimes have trouble killing trees because you often want to spend your time chasing the loot aliens instead of running off after trees like a normal character would. Alright, we got 3 loot alien spawns. We should easily have enough time to kill all 3 this wave. So you can see here I had to... we got a little lucky because the loot alien just ran into the tree, but if it had passed around the other way, we would have had a harder time killing the tree. But if we had loot worm, it would just go get it for us. So another nice synergy for the curious. No, I don't think we're going to have time to kill that 4th loot alien. Really sad there, but when a 4th one spawns with 5 seconds left in the wave, as the curious, of course, they get stronger every wave, and they get stronger by a lot. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it ends up being an enormous amount. We'll take 3 crit chance for 28. The projectile piercing doesn't matter, but this is 2% XP and 3 crit chance, so pretty good. Currently, I have negative move speed, but the power generator will be good later. And we'll take a wheelbarrow. Here's another pet, so this again will help us out. And let's take 6 more melee damage and 15% more attack speed. I'll go ahead and sell the scissors and upgrade to level 3. We'll buy all of those. I will just ban the spicy sauce. This is another duplicate I never want to buy, so I'll just get rid of it. And then we'll do a reroll here. Going to minus 40% damage is pretty painful on the treasure map, but treasure map is still so good. I'm just going to buy it, and then we'll take both of these, do another reroll. Regen potion is great. I'm going to pass on celery tea. This character already has a... we don't really want to spend 10 damage on the lucky charm, on a duplicate lucky charm. Though, do I want to on a gentle alien? It's only 5% damage loss, and 5% enemies is really good, so I think we will do that. This next level, I am going to have to roll for 9 speed. Our move speed is too poor right now, and I need to fix that. As much as I would love to be able to pick up some percent damage, speed is going to be by far the most important thing for us, especially going into these elite waves. Kill this tree, and we'll run over here. Because I've picked up some bonus enemy spawns at this point, we're a lot more easily able to get 3 loot aliens spawning in a wave. It's just much more likely. So, have had that happen a few times. And the Blazemander is not obviously the best pet for us because we don't have a ton of elemental damage, but it's still a pretty good one. Let's see how much damage it did this wave. They've completely broken the sword again. It did, yeah, 1,400 damage this wave. Compare that to our weapons, and you can see it's basically like having an extra weapon. Not the strongest weapon, but this also isn't the strongest pet for us, so it's pretty good. We'll take the Pearl here. Obviously, that's a bunch of extra damage. Baby Squid is going to be great. We need the regeneration. Campfire, we're recycling because we've already got one. Ritual, I will take. Percent damage, of course, is amazing when our percent damage is this negative, so we're going to pick that up. Then I'm going to grab the 9 speed, like I talked about, take 6 melee damage, and we'll pick up 4 more regeneration. 9 dodge, also tempting. I have the adrenaline, so I'm more incentivized to build dodge, but at the moment, I am more interested in just fixing our healing, especially before we go into the elite wave. Regeneration potion, of course, does that very well. We'll take a 5% damage penalty for the gentle alien. I could buy Shuriken, so this is another precise weapon. It's maybe a little better than Sharp Tooth, which is a pretty weak weapon in general, and it's a level 2 Shuriken. We do actually have an eye patch as well, which the piercing shots do work with the Shuriken, and Shuriken scales with melee damage, which we've been building. So yeah, I think we're gonna sell out our Sharp Tooth and we'll buy Shuriken here. We'll take the Cauldron as well. I have 3 elemental damage. Alright, we'll buy the Snake. Maybe the Snake will come up later on. Here, I want the Pocket Factory, but I think we're gonna buy the Scarf first. I don't want to buy Scarf going into the elite wave, so we'll pick that up right away. Then we'll take a missile, and now I'll buy boiling water since we have a few more elemental damage items with our Blazemander, and we bought the snake, so our scared sausage and the Blazemander fire. are better since they spread more. We'll also have Pocket Factory, which for this build is basically an elemental item, because it's just going to be to set things on fire with our Scared Sausage. The extra move speed on enemies this wave, of course, does make it a little harder to chase down the loot aliens, but that shouldn't be too big a deal. Making sure to kill the healers here, and we're also picking up some free regeneration by virtue of our baby squid. We got 3 loot alien kills as well, so this run is going great. The pets are definitely helping too. The Blazemander is doing quite a bit of damage. We'll take the mushroom here. We're going into a boss wave, but 8% damage is so valuable. We'll definitely take the bait. We'll take the garden. Weird food. I'm tempted to take it, but I have +3 consumable heal, so I'm gonna go ahead and recycle that. Here, an interesting spot. I think the 8% damage is actually more damage than the 6 melee damage. But maybe I should take the level 3 upgrade just because it's harder to find. Or do I need the 9 max HP? I think max HP will kind of happen on its own, so I'm just going to take the 8% damage and fix my damage a little before we fight the elite. We'll take the missile as well, going up to actually positive damage output. A level 4 scissors is nice. This scales pretty well and gives us a lot of lifesteal, and then we'll buy these other 2 items, take our reroll. Alright, well, we're very happy to see the fairy. This, of course, is going to be 26 regen if we live through this next wave. Let's reroll here, and I will take the whetstone. Increasing my lifesteal, of course, will help us fight the elite as well, so pretty pleased there. This is not a good elite for us, because you have to stay still to fight it, which means that we're not going to be able to chase the loot aliens while we fight it. So I'm trying not to position myself such that its attacks will go after me, but these clams are pretty dangerous, all the ranged enemies that force you to move are a little tough when fighting this elite, but we were able to kill it just by virtue of having really high damage, so we just stood still next to it. We got 1 loot alien kill as well. There should be a second one spawning, so it looks like we won't lose out on anything this elite wave, even though we got kind of a tough elite to fight. And here we go. Should easily be able to hunt this down before the end. The second one, or the third one rather, I wasn't sure if we would get it, but we did, and we got 5 crates this wave. I'll take a decomposing flesh for sure. More lifesteal is going to be pretty powerful. Diploma, great also. Gummy Berserker, we're going to recycle. Bat, we will take. Wings. Losing elemental damage, a little sad, but range is actually pretty good on these very short range weapons here. I'll spend 5% damage on a gentle alien as well. And let's roll and roll again. 15% more attack speed and 3 more armor. Going up to 10 armor helps a lot. Now we've got tons of regeneration with the fairy. I'll take alien worm as well. My consumable heal is pretty good. Crystal, we're going to have a hard time maintaining this attack bonus. But I do think the crystal is still worth it, because even 5% attack speed is very powerful for this character. Whistle is sometimes kind of tough on the curious, because it does prevent you from chasing down loot aliens as easily when they move faster, but more chances for them to spawn, and also the audio cue I think is actually pretty useful, so I'm going to take that. Second baby squid is sometimes worth considering. If I'd gotten this much earlier, I would probably have taken it, because if you get it really early, losing 10% damage for like 10 or 15 regeneration is still easily worth it most of the time. Given that we're already level 20, so we probably won't get more than 5 to 8 regen off it, I think it's not worth buying there. We also don't really need more healing. I have like 20% lifesteal, and we have fairy. So we have about 50 regen. What I really need at this point is just more damage, and then dodge and armor. I would love a hunting trophy as well. We have a lot of crit chance. Tentacle would be a really nice way to heal. Alright, we didn't get another loot alien spawn. The loot aliens spawn at increments of 5 seconds. So like 5, 15, 25 seconds left in the wave. So keeping an ear out for the whistle at those moments is pretty helpful. I'm going to recycle the broken mouth here. Losing 10 damage for 5 HP doesn't seem great. We'll take the small fish, though. Plant will recycle. We're going into... Yeah, it's not an elite wave next wave, so we'll take the peacock here. And then I'm going to reroll. Do I want 5 crit chance or 6 dodge? It's pretty powerful to start building dodge, so I think I am going to do that. We'll take the wheat. I'll grab Incendiary Turret just because it's an item we don't have yet. And again, as we get deeper into this run, it becomes more important to just buy any item that we can, since we'll so often roll into items that we can't buy. Second Scared Sausage we don't want. We'll stick with all precise weapons here, so I'm going to pass on the sword as well. Precise weapons go well with the pets, because they do benefit from crit chance. So a weapon set that just gives you damage stats is actually pretty good for the pets. Our loot alien spawned down at the bottom. We're going to try to keep damage on it. They're starting to get pretty tough to take down. Just requiring a lot of attacks, but we got both of them. Go kill this tree. And we got a crate out of it. Awesome. Our luck is quite solid, so we're fairly likely to get crate. Sharp bullet. It cost me 5% damage. I guess we have a shuriken, which can pierce. We have pocket factory. I guess I'll take the sharp bullet. Rip and tear, even though it costs me crit chance, is pretty nice for just increasing our AoE damage. And then we'll definitely take mastery. Silver bullet is great. Recycle toxic sludge. I'll take coil. This is another item that you can often buy in multiples because it will... Each of them gives you more knockback and then multiplies the amount of damage you get from knockback. So the coil can often be pretty strong there. Here, I think I'm going to take this 60 range. Not a normal pick for me, but the thing that is the only way that we could get in trouble in this run is if I just run into an elite and take 1,000,000 damage. So 60 range can kind of prevent that. Let's take 4 more melee damage, and then I'll take 9 more move speed. It's also 9% damage because we have the power generator. That's this run, right? Where we have power generator? Yes. I'll take the metal detector. I'll take the insanity. Shady potion. Losing 10% damage for 20 luck. I don't know if that's worth it, so let's reroll here. We will buy the coupon. Do I want plasma sledge? It would cost me some crit chance, but I do have some fairly... I have some weapons that I could swap out. Like if I swap out the claw here, which is probably our weakest weapon, for the plasma sledge, that's a lot of damage. Let's go for that. It also does give me 1 elemental damage, so we'll see how that ends up working out. I do think that plasma sledge tends to be weaker than it looks, just because it's short range and attacks slowly. But it should be pretty powerful for this build in particular. Even though it costs me luck, I am going to take the Terrified Onion, because we have Power Generator. So it's worth a lot there. And we'll try to DPS down the Elite with our Plasma Sledge damage as well. This Elite, once you have enough move speed, you can pretty safely just run around it in circles for the first half. And then the second half, you just want to do the same thing, but in stages just after it charges each time. So you wait for it to charge, then circle around it. You see the loot aliens have not quite as much HP as the elite, but they're getting kind of close. So explosion size would actually be pretty nice now because we have Rip and Tear and Plasma Sledge, both of which benefit a lot from explosion size. And once again, we're getting 4 items from crates. Sure, we'll take a landmine, we'll recycle small fish. I'll take the small magazine. Attack speed matters a lot, even though our percent damage also is very low. Small magazine is still just pretty good here. Losing armor is very painful. Losing move speed is painful, but I just like the ghost outfit, so I'm going to buy it. We'll take extra stomach. Bandana, I don't really want. We have 3 pierce already, but we have eye patch and sharp bullet, so we don't need more pierce. And we don't need that. Here I'm just going to take 16% damage, I think. Just get that back positive. So right now, my duplicate items, we've got 3 treasure maps. I'm just checking if I've accidentally bought duplicates. 3 treasure maps, 3 gentle aliens, 3 bags, and that's it. So yeah, it's all on purpose at least. We'll take the bloody hand for sure. That is going to be a huge amount of bonus damage for us. Compass does cost me crit chance, but I think we still want it. We'll roll here. I'll take a blood leech as well. Roll again. We'll definitely upgrade our plasma sledge, and we'll buy the snail. Even though I do kind of want to build dodge, chameleon is just so inefficient. I'm gonna pass on that. How do I feel about a coupon for minus 10% damage? I think at this point in the run, it's not worth it. Our economy is also super high, so we don't need to worry really about buying more economy items. What I love about this character is that not only do you get the fun challenge of killing loot aliens every wave and getting random items out of them, which is always exciting, you know, opening presents is always fun. But you don't give up a ton for it, so you still get to do the actual shopping that is one of the things that makes this game so fun. A lot of other economy-focused characters, their gimmick is the only thing that they do, whereas the Curious still gets to play the game, but also gets the loot alien mechanic as well. We'll recycle this. It's a duplicate. We'll take more XP gain, sure. Giant belt. We do have a precise weapon, so we should benefit heavily from giant belt. I'll take the glasses when it's free in a box. We'll recycle here. I could take 6% damage, which is also, or 6% speed, which is also 6% damage, but let's reroll. I think I can do better. Yeah, 7 crit chance is nice. I will take 12 speed, though. We'll take the plasma sledge, and actually we can buy both of those. Let's do a reroll. I'll take Sunken Bell here, and Alien Tongue. This is another item we don't have, so usually worth buying on this character. Piggy Bank at this point, though, I'm not going to worry about. We'll take the Barnacle and the Peaceful Bee, even this late. If we hit level 30, which I think is very possible, the Barnacle will pay for itself just only off of level 30. Because it'll give us a couple points of curse and like 1 or 2 points of armor most of the time, and that's a totally reasonable item purchase. And then it has possible upside if we level past that as well. Armor there, obviously an example. We don't necessarily have to take armor off of our level 30, but we're very likely to take armor or dodge. Ooh, another loot alien spawn. I wouldn't have noticed that one without the whistle. So the audio cue is actually great for this character because you get so many loot alien spawns. So having the audio cue to make you pay attention is really nice. Sure, I'll take another treasure map. It does cost me damage, but still good here. We'll recycle this and this and this. I'll take the pumpkin. Recycle here, obviously recycling white flag. And then, do I want 9 HP? I could take 2 armor as well. Or I could roll for another stat. Let's roll, and yeah, we'll take 8 melee damage. Roll again. And I'm going to reroll again. All right, here, we'll take just 2 armor. Go ahead and buy the Barnacle and the Peaceful Bee and Alien Tongue. And then we'll roll. Take a Cyber Ball, we don't have one. Take a Metal, we don't have one. Roll again. And all of these we've got, so let's do a reroll. Get to upgrade our Shuriken. It's also very possible I've missed some weapon upgrades at various points. When you have 6 different weapons and they're all random levels, it can sometimes be hard to pay attention to what exact level ups you need. Fortunately, it doesn't matter very much. Run over here and kill the loot alien. Wait for the second one. But we'll get that tree. So we've hit level 30. We should hit level 31 as well. And maybe 32 by the end of wave 19. Get another loot alien kill. We're just making so much money from these triple bags that we have as well. Wolf Helmet is 30 luck. That's amazing. So great item there, the cursed Wolf Helmet. Spyglass, I'm just going to recycle. I don't really need this. It costs us damage. We'll take an injection. I'll take a Scapegoat. This is a fun, unique item as well. And can definitely help against the bosses. And then we actually have Burning, so we have both Giant Belt and Greek Fire now for all the % damage effects. So yeah, so the Barnacle will be just 1 armor this wave. Or I could roll for Dodge. I think Dodge is actually going to be better. So yeah, let's get Dodge there, and then I could take Regeneration. We don't really need that, so I'm going to roll and see if we can get a big Dodge or armor upgrade again. Do a couple more rerolls, and sure, we'll just take 8 Dodge. That gets me close to Dodge cap, so that's pretty good. And then the Sift's Relic will get us to our Dodge cap, which remember our Dodge cap is 70. So this cursed Sift's Relic is incredible. Tractor, I don't really need. Feather, I don't need at this point, because we're at Dodge cap already, and we don't care that much about the Weird Ghost. So let's reroll past those. I'll roll again. The treasure map now is not that exciting, because we are only going to get maybe, like, maximum 5 crates next wave, so basically we'd be spending 10% damage to get 1 random item. So we'll pass on the treasure map. I'll buy the tree. We'll take Dynamite. We do have a bunch of explosions. And then here's a leveled up Lightning Shiv. We already have a Thief Dagger at max, so we'll take that. Oh, nice. A Cursed Loot Worm. 20% chance to double it, and a Black Flag. Alright, well, I'm gonna take these, and we just got some really fun items, so I think I am gonna do a few levels of Endless this run. I mean, Cursed Loot Worm, Scapegoat, a Black Flag. Hard to go wrong with those things. The Sift Relic also is going to pull the materials that spawn. So basically how it works is, if a material spawns in our pickup radius, then we pick it up. But if it spawns outside of our pickup radius, the loot, it gets pulled to the loot worm. So most of our materials... Where did the loot alien go? Did I just kill it off screen somewhere? I heard the audio cue and I just didn't see it spawn at all. It must have spawned, like, under me and we attacked it. Look at the loot worm during the animation. That's ridiculous. We'll recycle the Broken Mouth here, and we'll recycle Barricade. At this point, do I want to spend damage on buying a second Scared Sausage? I think so. Just getting the maximum burning on those and getting them out of the item pool is going to be pretty good. We'll take more crit chance. We'll take Riposte. We'll roll again here and again, and we'll take 4 armor, and then 12 more crit chance. I'm trying to get to max crit chance. We'll buy these items. We'll take the lighthouse as well. Do a reroll here. Claw tree, we'll buy. Roll again. Head injury we'll buy. And you can see that we start to run out of things that we can actually buy. I'll take a cursed obliterator, though. That's just a fun item. And tentacle is pretty nice. Do one more reroll here. I'll take a strange book also. Oh, nope. I need to hit endless if I want to play endless. So the Curious does eventually stop being able to buy too many items because they all cost damage. You just end up with all duplicates. Though the percent damage loss stops mattering as much in endless mode because you're just going to get tons of it. Usually what happens is you end up with millions of percent damage from pearls in endless mode. We also haven't gotten offered a free pearl yet, but... we will definitely take those, because our luck will continue to increase. Alright, we've got another loot alien kill. And it is nice that we get these free items. Guaranteed every wave. Though in endless mode, you are basically guaranteed to drop crates most waves. Because you just end up with so many enemies on the field, and your luck and everything just becomes so high. Oh, we gotta save our scapegoat here. There we go. I think they tweaked the scapegoat so it's a little more likely to actually die. Yeah, it does cost me a crit chance, but we'll take the octopus here. We'll recycle that. We'll take mammoth. That's amazing. Recycle. I'll take another scared sausage. Again, it's costing me damage, but we want to be able to set things on fire with every attack. Take the bottom mine, and let's grab some attack speed and some percent damage. And reroll a couple rerolls here. Sure, we'll take some regen and some more percent damage and some more crit chance. Alright, well, I'll buy the celery tea now, and then which weapon do I want to sell, actually? I think our worst one is the scissors, so we're going to recycle scissors, and we'll pick up the obliterator. The obliterator is not going to be particularly good. I just want to buy it because it's fun. And then we'll take a pearl. So this is minus 1% damage right now. But as we get more luck, the pearls become damage positive very quickly. So you can still buy pearl on the Curious. Sniper gun, we actually have positive range, and it is a precise weapon. We haven't been building ranged damage, but it does 160. So I think it's actually just better than our shuriken. So we'll go ahead and buy that. I'll take a muscly dude. We don't have one of those. We'll do some rerolls and some more rerolls. We'll take another pearl. Eye surgery I'll pick up. And I'll roll again. And one more time. Mirror is a little rough on the Curious because it's always going to double an item, but I'll buy it. There's definitely some stuff that we could double for profit. Like if we find a fish hook, we'll spend 10% damage on that for sure. Or something similar. So I do need to pick up a little more luck so that our pearls start to become damage positive. We don't want those to stay too weak for too long. But now that we have double pearl, more pearls, or triple pearl, I think. More pearls both become really good and very likely to show up in boxes. And at a certain point, even if we're buying duplicate luck items, they'll still be damage positive because we'll have enough pearls that each point of luck will be worth more damage. I'm gonna take the handcuffs. I don't care at all about capping my max HP. In endless mode, your health often doesn't matter that much because you'll end up using tardigrades anyways. Now, we do have a bloody hand, but I'm just going to be killing stuff before it hits me. We'll take the nail here. Blood donation, I'm going to pass on. I don't want to take 2 damage per second. Actually, we can do that. We'll take 1 blood donation. I'll take another scared sausage. We'll take a starfish, Tyler. And then here, I'll take the shady potion. So I'm going to lose damage by buying this, but not as much as you might think. We only lost 4 damage. And as we get more pearls, it'll become stronger and stronger. And we'll take 5 armor here. And similarly, I will buy the mirror, and we'll mirror propeller hat, just because more luck is going to be really nice. Let's keep rolling. Glass cannon. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll roll again. Cursed baby with a beard. That's a good way to kill things, and we'll lock a propeller hat. I'll take fruit basket as well, just because that's a limited item, so I want to get it out of the pool. Killing that tree as well. Kind of a fun weapon set that we have here. With the baby with a beard and the damage from our sniper rifle. And our random damage is actually pretty high. We have a cyber ball, a baby elephant, we have pocket factory, and a surprisingly large amount of engineering and everything. I'm gonna kill that loot alien as well. And, yeah, we'll take the scope. Range damage is now pretty good, because we have the baby with the beard. I'll take this. We'll pick up another pearl. And then all the luck that we've been buying, as we get more pearls, will start to become damage positive as well. So you can see we got that pearl. It increased our damage. This is minus 12% damage. So it's still damage negative, but the more pearls we get, the better it will become. We'll recycle here, take another pearl, and we increase our damage again. And then we're recycling other duplicates. Peaceful Bee, I could lose 10% damage to buy the curse, but I think it's not worth it here. Take 12 crit chance, because I do want to get to 100% crit chance at some point. And I'll just take 16% damage. We'll take a fish hook, and I'll take robot arm. That's just more scaling, which we're very happy in. Since we're HP capped anyways, losing that health doesn't matter at all. Gentle alien, we're still buying, of course. Jerky we'll take. Banner I'll take. Although, I do have a coil, but we'll end up with more knockback, probably. And then, let's reroll. At this point, Spyglass is definitely worth losing damage for, because it just makes our rerolls much cheaper, which becomes your biggest cost in Endless Mode. So we didn't end up with that many pets from boxes or anything, but the ones that we did get were pretty solid. The Blazemander especially just put in a lot of work in the middle levels and helped us kill other things while we were focusing on killing the loot aliens, which is what the Curious really need, is ways to make the rest of the wave easier. Because your weapons are typically going to be so focused on killing loot aliens. And all your movement and stuff is going to be going in that direction. Do I want to lose 10% damage for another Blazemander? I think it's not worth it. Oh, okay, well, I gotta offer yet another one. But we'll recycle that one as well. And then we'll take pearls. Celery tea, is that worth losing damage for? Probably, actually. And then let's reroll, take some melee damage and attack speed. And then we'll buy the banner. Blindfold, the crit chance is pretty valuable, but I think we're going to pass on it. We've got all of these already. I'll take an alien magic. It does cost me a lot of damage because we lose luck, but the stats are good. Just the regen on it is good, and you kind of just want to buy every item that you can. And then we'll do some rerolls. We'll take the treasure map here as well. I'm already over dodge cap, so I don't need that. And then we'll do another reroll. I'll take an eye surgery. It's going to cost me a bunch of damage, but again, it gets another item out of the pool, so we're more likely to find the level 2s that we don't have. Go ahead and kill these elite, and we can do so pretty quickly. That's one, that's the second one. It is nice, too, that we've got triple bag and 5 treasure maps. So, in Endless, when the bosses show up in multiples, you get 2 elites every wave, and they each drop a crate. You just get more use out of your treasure maps and everything. Much sooner than other characters do. So I think we got 2 loot aliens that spawned under us. It's kind of hard to keep track because they appear and then disappear so quickly because our damage is really high. We'll recycle this. We'll take the recycling machine, take a pearl, take a propeller hat, recycle this, recycle this. I'll take the jetpack and another propeller hat. And my regen is plenty. We can take that. We can take this. We can take more pearls. And we're up to 130% damage. Let's do some rerolls here. I'll take more move speed. That's just fun, especially with our pets. And more percent damage. Or do I want to roll? I think I'm going to roll and try to pick up luck here. Because luck increases our damage by more than anything else, since we have a bunch of pearls. Definitely taking a hunting trophy and the eye surgery. And Dangerous Bunny we'll take. Even if we were getting multiples of that, it would definitely be worth it. I'll buy the acid just for 5 curse, because it's an item we don't have yet. Fried rice we'll take as well. And then we'll reroll. Lock a sniper gun, lock an explosive shells, and roll one more time. Go to wave 25. I like that we're guaranteed to get the Sunken Bell explosion there. It would probably be very hard to do this, but I kind of wish that the, because I imagine the audio in this game is just not set up for that. But it would be fun if the whistle was directional audio and told you where the loot alien spawned as well. At least for players playing on a stereo or surround sound setup. But I imagine that the way the game audio is set up does not really allow for that. Yeah, we'll take a starfish as well. This, although it's a duplicate, again, is pretty strong. We'll take a coupon. We'll recycle, recycle, recycle. Take another fish hook and recycle the torture. Community support, yes. Do some rerolls here. And lifesteal is good with our bloody hand. I'll take 81 range. That can increase our range. We also do have a sniper gun, so it's pretty good there. Take the explosive shells. Now I'll take one Gummy Berserker, and then I'm going to reroll. Take a Cyclops Worm. We don't have one yet. We can get a Cursed Lightning Shiv, and I think I will just replace my non-cursed one with a cursed one. Nothing that I want here. I'll take a Penguin. I'll reroll again. Hunting Trophy, also worth spending damage on. I have bought a lot of duplicate items in the last couple shops, so I do need to be aware of that. And then we'll do a couple more rerolls here. We got a Bonk Dog. That's really good. And we'll take a knife as well. First knife upgrade is awesome. And a couple more rerolls. We'll take a padding. And for 60, I think we're not going to reroll. So let's just go to the next wave. Getting the level 4 sniper gun means that it does quite a lot more damage because it just fires a lot more projectiles. That's a weapon that is a lot better at level 4 than at level 3. We're really not having a problem clearing through all these enemies, I have to say, which is great. Heard the loot aliens spawn, and even though the loot aliens they have all the buffs from the Curious, we're so far ahead in damage. We just have so many items that we're able to just flatten them. Where was the other one? Again, I heard the audio but didn't see it. I think it did die. We'll recycle this. I'll take a Catling gun. We don't have one. Pearls at this point, we have 147, so it's worth now 12% damage per pearl, which is pretty good. We will recycle landmines and blood leech. I'll take a cursed mirror. Cursed mirror is fun because it does give you discounts on unique items and doesn't break when you buy a unique item. And then I'll take more crit chance, and let's actually just take more range. Buying a lot of range is fun when you get to the really late game. Let's roll here and roll again. I'm looking for just good unique items. A cursed thief dagger I will take. Definitely want to upgrade that. Roll. I could just take a bottom mine, a doubled bottom mine. It's going to cost me 20% damage, but it's just kind of fun to get multiple pets, so I am going to take that. And then we'll roll again. Oh, here are the unique items, of course. Well, Anvil I'll take. It'll help upgrade all my cursed weapons, and Will-O-Wisp should give us a lot of elemental damage, because we set fires with every attack. Yeah, we'll take a bowler hat. That's another item we don't have. We'll take a coupon, even though we have one. What else do I want? Keep on rolling a little bit. And roll a little bit more. This is the point when playing a Curious run where it starts to become kind of hard to find items that you don't have yet. And so you stop being able to buy as many things. Yeah, I'll take a cursed baby squid even though it is a duplicate. Just even more regen. And it's cursed. So we should be easily picking up, I believe we have our full set of scared sausages at this point. If not, we have 3. So we should be picking up the full 4 elemental damage every wave off of our Will-O-Wisp now. And stats over time are always really fun. Get that loot alien kill the curse alien. I like also, you can see our bottom mines have made a little minefield in the center there where they were kind of clustered. Since they create the landmines underneath themselves, you can direct where they're placing them. Let's take a bunch of these. We'll take a pearl. Sure, we'll take that. I'll take the pets now as well. Even though they're duplicates, I just want more pets. And keep recycling. We'll take more pearls. Some attack speed. Yeah, let's keep getting even more range when it shows up in large quantities like that. And then we'll buy all these. We'll take a tentacle as well. Again, this costs me damage, but it's fine. Triangle of Power will cost me damage off of the Bloody Hand, but that's okay, and we will get a big upfront damage boost from it. So I'm not that worried about buying the Triangle of Power there. And then if we were playing this run forever, then you would buy enough tardigrades that the Triangle of Power would just not matter, because you'd never actually take damage. We'll buy the alloy, we'll roll here, we'll buy a fin, we'll roll again, and nothing else here that we want. Sure, I'll take an ice cube, that's a nice one. We'll take a bonk dog and a coupon, and go to the next wave here. So while we're going to lose damage over the course of these waves from the Triangle of Power damage negative, the 20% bonus damage that you get at the beginning helps you kill elites, which is the only thing that really kills you in Endless Mode is elite. So losing damage over time just doesn't matter, and it's another item that you can buy. You can see here we're still just having no problem killing enemies, even though our percent damage has decreased by a bit. I'm not going to take a second one, though, because that has much less upfront value. And then we'll recycle, and we'll buy a pearl. We'll recycle here. More triangles wanting to show up. Panda is great as well. We'll buy a pearl here. Let's take some more crit chance. We'll try to get to max crit chance. And I'm just going to keep taking range as it appears. Take a cursed bonk dog. That's great. And nothing there that I want. Do some more re-rolling. Ball and chain I don't want. White flag I don't want. Bandana, sure, I'll take that at this point. Plastic explosive is great, and we'll take a goblet as well. And doing some re-rolling. We're kind of just looking for green items at this point. Anything with the little green symbol. Estes couch will cost me a ton of regen, which we don't really want to do because we are taking damage over time. Take the bone dice. I'll take a goldfish and then do a reroll. Okay, well, we got Scythe. That's always an awesome one. I think that I'm going to... Let's see. We'll recycle the plasma sledge, I think, is doing the least damage, probably. It's not cursed, unlike our other weapons. I guess our thief dagger is giving us very little money at this point and is unlikely to ever. So I'm going to recycle the thief dagger. We'll buy the scythe here. And I'll lock the plasma sledge and sniper gun because maybe we get them cursed. We have a fish hook. So we are taking 5 damage every second. Now the scythe damage gain is going to offset the damage loss from Triangle of Power as well. But 5 damage every second is kind of a lot. Fortunately, not enough that it matters. Another loot alien showing up. And dying off screen again. There's one in the center there, which we killed. I think what's happening is sometimes they're spawning under, like, all of my bottom mines, and they just all turn and one-tap it. Because I keep hearing the whistle and then not seeing the spawn. Yeah, we'll take the heavy bullets. We'll take the lucky coin. That's a lot of bonus luck. We'll take the focus as well. And shady potion for more luck. And pearls. Recycle. We'll take bowler hat. Any luck item is just good. And we'll keep rolling. We'll take more speed. We will keep rolling. Take 20 more luck. And sure, I'll pick up 60 range as well. Neither of these got cursed, unfortunately. Do I want a level 4 Vorpal sword? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to roll. Nuclear launcher. No, I'm really looking for just, like, fun weapons and more pets. Oh, we never found a coffee. That's sad. Coffee is a very powerful item that, of course, you would like to have. Buying the Wandering Bot because it's a pet. We'll take an explosive turret here. Lucky Charm is good. And I'll keep rolling. We'll take a lantern. Another starfish I'll take as well. And another scythe. That would be pretty sweet. Can I sell enough to get it? So if I sell the plasma sledge, I could sell my knife, but I wouldn't be able to afford the second scythe here. I think we're just gonna go to wave 30. We'll use this weapon set to win. And that will be the run. Kill the bosses there. Kill that boss. Kill that boss. I love the explosions that we get from our sniper turret and the baby with a beard. Also, killing all the bosses before the loot aliens even spawn is very satisfying as well. That big group of hackers also just getting flattened. Very fun. The longer range our weapons get, the better this loot worm gets as well, because enemies are more likely to die away from us and then be able to drop materials where the loot worm can get them instead of where we're going to pick them up immediately. So that's also kind of fun. And then, yeah, we've got mostly duplicate items here. Oh, I guess the propeller hat we're supposed to take. Got our 20th pearl as well, which is nice. And we'll recycle all of these duplicates. Take the Kraken's eye. Oh, I should have taken that. It's a luck item, but that's fine. And then, there we go. Let's go ahead and end the run. Wave 30 seems good. And of course, as the curious, you kind of stop being able to buy a lot of stuff. So it becomes less exciting in longer endless runs. But just such a fun character overall. We made 4,000 materials off of spyglass. 4,400 off of bags, incredible, of course. 1.5 million damage from scared sausage. 35k from spicy sauce. 67 items from treasure maps, obviously incredible. 350k damage from the rat, and 750,000 from the blazemander. Pretty nice damage amounts there. Obviously, they're not super high, but the blazemander in particular was very good for smoothing out our mid-game and killing stuff while we were focusing down the loot aliens. We got 57 regen from the baby squid. Let's see. We have a turret somewhere, so we can figure out the pocket factory damage off of that. We got 140 from incendiary turret, 200 from rip and tear, 2,800 saved on the coupon. Our giant belt dealt 2 million damage. Our Greek fire dealt 4.5 million damage. Oh, it should show you how much damage the scapegoat took. I would love to see that as a stat. 1327, so 10 short of some classic 2000s internet humor on the loot worm. And then Black Flag for 2,400. Jelly Shield for 53, 270 on the turret and the pocket factory. And our Bonk Dogs also dealt 750,000-ish damage, so reasonably effective there. Alright, my friends, I hope that you've enjoyed this run with the Curious. I do think that this character, obviously it's always a blast to play, but it's especially fun because there's just more items to find, and a character that likes opening boxes gets even more fun when there's more things to get out of a box. As always, of course, if you've enjoyed the video, then feel free to leave a comment and hit like. Helps me out with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.